Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Monday, late afternoon, early evening, depending on when it is that you're seeing this. I hope the day's treated you well. I hope you've looked after yourself. You made the most of it. The sun is currently out when I'm recording this. I hope it's not been too bad where you are. In this video, we're talking a little bit around the quite definitive Conor Gallagher update that we haven't really ever had, but we'll quickly talk about it. We're not going to spend long on it, don't worry. We'll also be talking about Bryan Gil and it looks like he's done this summer, as well as an update on Marcus Edwards. So plenty to get into, plenty to talk about. Just want to say though, if you're new, give us a subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. Excuse me. And let's start with, let me start with Conor Gallagher. I think that will be the first one to start with. So Kevin Graham Bailey, who said that HITC understands that Conor Gallagher accepts that he will leave Chelsea this summer if he's not offered a new contract before the end of the season. I don't think there's much in this. It's nice that I think it's definitive that if we get to the summer and the contract's not signed, he's leaving. And let's be honest, it's probably us that are getting him because we seem to be the only real true team that's interested in him. You might find like a Newcastle, a Man United maybe might be keen on him. West Ham, West Ham I could see actually. I'm trying to think of other teams to be honest, but I don't think a Villa would. I don't think a Villa would. No. But anyway, look, he I think will be gone in the summer. Chelsea need to sell. I don't think I'm sitting here giving you anything that's groundbreaking with that, right? I don't think you're sitting there going, what? No, he's leaving. I think we can all kind of expect, because the writing is on the wall, and we are April 15th. He's not signed a new deal. 1 year left on his contract in the summer. Chelsea have financial fair play issues. When you sort of put it all out on the table like that, I think you can kind of see that his time is coming to an end. So, yeah, didn't want to spend too long on that because I think, let's be honest, there's nothing really there. Let's talk Bryan Gil. So, for Cambridge Ekram Canoy said that Tottenham's Spanish player Bryan Gil is expected to lead the club at the end of the current season. Again, another story that I don't think there's tons to this. I think we can kind of expect him to be done, I've always said about players that I think are leaving this club in the summer, players like Jed Spence, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, there is others, but we'll just use those two. I think they're good players, but I don't think they suit what Spurs need right now, right? Spence maybe a little bit more because of the athleticism to be able to get back and defend in space, I guess you could maybe say, but, I just think on the whole, they don't suit Spurs right now, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've always said Atletico Madrid right now are better than Spurs, right? They're in the Champions League. They've got Dortmund either tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever it is. They're 2-1 up on aggregate. He would do very well at Atletico Madrid, Pierre Højbjerg. I think he'd be fantastic. He could be one of the better midfielders in La Liga because of the system that he's going to be playing in, right? It's the same sort. It's not the same system, but it's a similar system to a Mourinho and a Conte, where he thrived. So that's why I think he'd do well. With Bryan Gil, it's one of those that I think he's a good player, but it's not the right club. It hasn't worked for him, and for his sake, I want it. Look, it's already been said that he wants a permanent move, and for his sake, I hope he gets it because he's a young guy. He wants to kick on his career now, and I don't blame him. I really don't. Technically great, but he's just not strong enough on the ball. He does kind of get brushed away. And look, he would go to La Liga. He'd go to Sevilla interested, but Sevilla have money issues. Trying to think of who else in La Liga he might go to. It wouldn't shock me if Girona was in there because obviously Savio looks like he's joining Manchester City in the summer. I say that like that's a huge deal. Girona is just a Man City feeder club, so it's just kind of going, right, mate, you're at the second tier of the club, basically. You're going to move you up to the big tier now, all right? Cool. So with Bryan, look, he'll get himself a move. We'll get a few mil out of it, anywhere between about 5 and 7.5. I get, and that might be even euros. Get what we can, move on, clear that space, that squad number space for a player that's going to be here permanently, and that's the same with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. It was the same with Perisic and Lloris and Dyer. Just free up those spaces for players to come in that you're going to have here for years. So there's that. Right, I want to finish off with Marcus Edwards, and it's going to shock you because you're probably sitting there going, "Oh, Andy, mate, I don't want Marcus Edwards at this club." All right, Listen in. So Kevin Edgar said that Liverpool are preparing summer moves, Sporting Lisbon's English forward Marcus Edwards and Portugal defender Goncalo Inacio. So a player, that secondary player that we've been linked to as well, Goncalo Inacio. Why is it that I think of Marcus Edwards at Liverpool and I think, yeah, it works? I don't know why. They have a situation on their hands with Salah because I've been watching Salah recently and his first touch, it doesn't seem great at the moment. I don't know why. He's missing a lot of chances as well. Salah of a couple of years ago, swiping those balls away, good first touch, causing loads of issues. It doesn't seem the same player, and I think Liverpool might cash in on him this summer. Getting 80, 90 million from Saudi Arabia, then using that money to kind of go, look, let's get a couple of players with that money now. We'll still spend our own money. Maybe we go and get our Pedro Neto. Maybe we can go and get, our next big winger. We're then going to spend a bit of money to stack out the defence, stack out a bit more in the attack in the midfield. And look, if they buy Marcus Edwards, we know what we get out of that deal. We get 35% of that sell-ons. Let's say they sign him for 30 million. The way you'd work that out for 35%, by the way, is I always do it partition way. Take 30 million, divide it by 10. That's 3 million. Times that by 3, that's 9 million. Well, half of 3 is 1.5. That's 10.5 million. Spurs would pocket for absolutely free on Marcus Edwards. Obviously, we released a bit more of our percentage to make sure we signed Pedro Porro back in the day, but we would get, out of 30 million, we'd get 10.5 million. So, look, by the way, if my maths is off there, shoot me. I'm 28. I haven't done maths in 12 years, all right? So, look, we would do well out of that deal. That's money, free money. Again, it helps your financial fair play if you're ever worried about that. And it still means we would go for our number one attacking winger options. Maybe there is a Nico Williams. Maybe there is a Eberechi Eze, which, by the way, I'm still keen on Eberechi Eze. I haven't lost that. I'm still on that train. Don't think I haven't jumped off, all right? I'm still on there. Obviously scored the goal for Palace against Liverpool at the weekend. So, how I sum that up is the Gallagher story is not going to die, okay? And I don't want to talk about it that much more. I'm bored, you're bored, right? Brian Hill, we expect to move. Don't think that's shocking. But that last one on Marcus Edwards could be quite intriguing for the summer. I could see Marcus Edwards being sold this summer. I don't think they're going to get the release clause that they have in his contract, but I think they could get 20, 30 million for him. This is Sporting Lisbon, I mean. And Spurs will pocket some money out of that, which might not be a bad thing. It might help us in the long run. It might help us none at all, So we shall see. But anyway, guys, then the video, hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section your thoughts and feelings about that Conor Gallagher, I guess, admitting that he might be gone in the summer. Obviously, Brian Hill moving on in the summer and what you maybe think we could get for him, as well as your thoughts and feelings about Marcus Edwards maybe moving to a top 6 rival. Let me just see what you think about all those things. Obviously, subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the notification for more. But anyway, guys, then the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.